this day would come. All that hard work is about to pay off.
Upload your resume.
On Indeed.
The map. They were eliminated by their own rocket. This was an embarrassing fail and instant karma for being a huge tryhard. Damn. Number 7, the disrespect. Being able to kidnap anyone you want in Fortnite is probably one of the best things Epic has added. Not just in Chapter 2, but in the entire history of the game. Between saving your teammate from getting thirsted and just trolling the person you downed, the carry feature, it's so good it means that it absolutely sucks when the other team finds even more ways to disrespect. In this video, Sqads completely folded down a player by picking them up and putting them on their back and rocket riding into the sky. Obviously, that's not the end of it. They then even down that straight off the rocket so they fall to their demise from super high up. You might be thinking, well, the guy who's rocket riding is clearly going to just explode, but we're going to switch to perspective. You see that they have teammates waiting for them to jump off and easily pick them up. Well, either that or he did some sort of MLG trick shot into the water, or, exploded, I guess. Either way, they completely disrespected me, and I can't help but feel bad for them because it must have been so embarrassing. I'm surprised they didn't leave the match before it happened. Maybe they got mad and smashed their controller, and that's why they couldn't back out. The world may never know. Number 6, that point you think you're safe. Just when you think you've stopped at the perfect place in the game, that you've built a nice little base, which is nice and cozy and safe from all the scary soccer skins outside, when you're playing the game and you just want a snack or you need to let go of the controller for just a second, that's when they shrug. Mr. Fresh Asian also thought he was safe when he crouched behind a wall and took his hands off the mouse and keyboard. And in that small amount of time, enemies from the other side of Pleasant Park shot an RPG straight at him, and he didn't even flinch because he thought he was safe. Turns out he 100% was not safe because he forgot to place a wall right next to him, and the rocket just landed and exploded inches away from him. Nice one, Fresh Asian. I'll give you an A for AFK. I wish that's how great it worked when I was in school. Number 5, they took the bait. Fishing in Fortnite isn't the only time that you can throw bait and wait for something to be given to you. In this case, you can set up an elaborate trap and wait for a noob to walk right into it to give you hilarious elimination. This really smart tactic was done by Nate and the Bot Squad to damage the floor at a really high point, 50 health, right next to 2 on each chest. Makes a perfect bait for anyone who's either desperate for loot or blind, or both. They got onto a mountain, got their sniper out, and waited for someone to be safe. That's when the squirrel comes along and opens the 2 chests. All it took was 1 sniper bullet, and then they fell far down to be eliminated by fall damage. Guaranteed elimination. The trap setter even took the time to build floors over the river below the bridge and the waterfall near it to make sure the water didn't cushion their fall. I guess the trap worked like a charm, and that poor player was humiliated. Oh well, pay attention to the floor next time, I guess. Number 4, he just got destroyed. This is one of the craziest 200 IQ plays I've seen all season, and it's using the new harpoon gun to just devastate the play. There seems to be a pattern in this list with instant karma against people who love to use RPGs in close range, and I'm not complaining. Everyone who uses RPGs in close range, I just want you to know that you smell. Clean yourself and smell nice by using code T5G in the item store. That or soap. A soap bar for the mouth. Okay, that's not. Moving on, this guy tried to use an RPG and instead gets joined by the enemy with their harpoon gun. And then they hold the wall right in front of them, so not only do they go flying into the wall, but then the rocket that they just shot hits the same wall and blows them up. It's insane how good this play is, and the guy just got humiliated. I don't know if the person with the harpoon gun did that whole wall rocket calculation stuff on purpose, but if I was them, I'd damn sure pretend I meant to do that. Number 3. Kind of feel bad. This was just a catastrophic fail. The player literally outrunning the storm for a solid 3 drills, just constantly running, trying to catch up to the storm. They keep using bandages and medkits to keep themselves going, and they're so very close to getting out of the storm. But no, this is not your average getting eliminated seconds away from the storm video as you might think it is. In fact, they get past the storm and immediately fall off a cliff like it's Looney Tunes or something and get eliminated. To make it seem even more lucky, let's point out that they landed in the water, still landed shallow enough to give them fall damage. What a massive waste of time. But I kind of feel bad because they spent like 3 or 4 minutes trying to outrun the storm and got destroyed by Mother Nature. Maybe that's just fate playing his part. Who knows? Only the Fortnite gods that control everything and anything we do can tell. Letter number 2, we got the Bush Camper fail. Bush Campers are probably the worst things to come out of Chapter 2's new map. In older seasons, we still had Bush Campers, but it was so much easier to see them because they stuck out like a sore thumb. Now with Chapter 2, we have people hiding in these massive bushes and you can't see that. It's pretty ridiculous, but that's why this dude got out his harpoon gun and decided to just spam into a bush, which he thought was suspicious. Of course, you don't run out of ammo on a harpoon gun unless you actually hit something, so he just kept spamming and spamming it, and even his friends thought he was crazy for just randomly shooting into this bush. His gut feeling was correct, though, and the bush fishing technique worked when, to all their shock, he pulled out a bush camper and eliminated them in midair. If you're camping in a bush and you see a ton of harpoons fly past you, it means shoot the guy with the harpoon gun. Don't walk into the harpoon so you get dragged out of the bush. Oh well, that bush camper got what they deserved, I guess. Honorable mention. Damn. This is an honorable mention because we covered this in one of our most recent videos about the smartest 200 IQ Fortnite players, but it's just too good to not consider it as an embarrassing fail for those who dived off the cliff without even thinking about the booby traps waiting for them at the bottom, especially the teammate. Why did they still dive off the edge when clearly the other dude was already down? What a fail. That's a fail if I've seen one before. But in at number 1, we've got imagine being on this end. The harpoon gun isn't just for bush fishing and RPG blocking, but it's also for dragging people into your little dungeons full of spike traps. It's a dangerous tactic that people have been using to get dragged into a room of traps by someone with a harpoon gun, and it's super humiliating. There's only one thing worse than getting absolutely obliterated like that in Fortnite, and that's getting obliterated in that exact way. But by Cypher PK in front of his massive audience that he made fun of on Twitter for getting destroyed by the harpoon gun for that clip, and then to be retweeted by the official Fortnite Twitter account.
I suspend this pittance.
Yes! Let's go! Do it, baby! That is one of the most embarrassing fails I can think of. And for that, we're in our number 1 spot. 2 random dudes who got destroyed by Cypher. And hey, don't click off the video yet. You gotta check out this other video right here. It's on screen. There's an annotation for it. Go check out our other video. And be sure to join the Discord and use code G5G in the item shop. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it here on Top 5 Games.
What a treasure.
When reality stars get together.
Chrissy, will you accept?
Fortnite, while simultaneously a catalyst for change in the gaming world, is a game that's been inspired by so many different things. But one thing you may not have known that it's taken a lot of inspiration from, with its skins especially, is movies. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here is our part 2. So Fortnite skins you may not have known were inspired by movies.
Oh yes, you know that one skin inspired by The Godfather starring Will Ferrell?
Fred, Will Ferrell wasn't even in The Godfather. Are you thinking of
Nah, that movie sucks.
Okay. Anywho, get ready to place your skins in the Black Friday bundles and here's the skins inspired by movies. Part 2. Heck yeah. Number 10, Fortnite P1000 OG Iron Man suit. Now we all remember Peely from Fortnite Season 8's Battle Pass, and how during the Season 9 cinematic trailer we saw Peely turn into a delicious and nutritious banana smoothie, while himself and Jonesy were trapped in the vault during the volcano's eruption. Well, Peely couldn't be in a blender forever, as our number 10 on this list is the P1000 skin. In the cinematic trailer, we see a more familiar Jonesy doing some forging, seemingly creating a suit of armor. We watch the scene side by side with the original Iron Man film from 2008's Marvel Classic. It's super easy to see similarities between scenes. If you have a keen eye while watching the trailer, you can even see a car battery behind Peely, which is another clear reference to how Tony Stark had to utilize a car battery to keep the shrapnel shards from getting to his heart. The only difference we can notice is that Jonesy was the one making the suit for the suit user, whereas in Iron Man, we had Tony Stark load the suit and use the suit. Even with this small inconsistency, it's clear to see how much ethical man the original Iron Man film finished off the final scene in this trailer shows the P1000 skin walking out from the cave with enemies training their guns on it. While the skin itself doesn't particularly resemble the Iron Man suit from the film, it's easy to see how it's inspired by Marvel. Let's just try to keep Peely away from the Infinity Gauntlet as long as we can. Alright, fellas. Number 9. Glimmer or Frozen. Released around the holidays, it strikes a noticeable resemblance to everyone's favorite Ice Elsa Now, we all remember the years following Frozen's release back in 2013, where households were shaken to their core by children's Elsa's famous song. Well, really, all of us were singing. Seeing its popularity years ago, along with the sequel out this week, it was no surprise that we saw the game play homage to the Ice Queen herself. All in the dress, looking close in design to Elsa, as well as the whitish blonde hair, taking just enough from her design to be recognizable without being too close to the original look. Aside from these things, it's implied by the rest of the Winter Wonderland set that the Glimmer skin is indeed a princess of sorts with her crystal carriage and the floating pickaxe, referencing that the Ice Queen may indeed have a liking for over magic. This design surely has an icy overtone to it. Let's hope Glimmer doesn't cause an accidental ice age in Fortnite anytime soon. I'm getting Season 7 flashbacks. Number 8, the Donnie Darko Night Hair. Next on our list, we have a somewhat niche but legendary reference to one of the most iconic moments in the early 2000s, Donnie Darko. If you've ever seen the film, you'll remember a very iconic, somewhat demonic rabbit-themed feature that went by the name of Frank. Frank is Frank, the main character, Donnie. The scene from Fortnite that references his character as well as the film was named The Night Hair by Evan. However, if you change your native language to Portuguese rather than English, which, I mean, why would you do that? You'll see the name listed as Darko. If that isn't enough to show that this skin was inspired by Donnie Darko, then the overall cosmetic look of the skin should be enough to convince you. The key references in the skin are the bright white eyes, lacking both an iris and a pupil. Of course, the rabbit is a little on the sinister side of things, with the description noting that it's hopping straight out of your nightmares. Again, another tie to the movie and how Donnie met the rabbit after sleepwalking out of his house. If you haven't seen the film, I bet you have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, we haven't seen the Night Hair tell any of our characters when the end of the world is coming yet, but we should keep our eyes peeled just in case. Number 7, Chinatown movie reference. The detective is on the case, with this next entry being the sleuth skin from the end of Season 4. Now, this one might seem like a little bit of a stretch to connect the detective skin directly to a specific character, but hear me out. In the cult classic movie Chinatown, released back in 1974, we see J.J. Jake Geitz, the old-school classic detective, and many of the traits we see from the investigator. Though a majority of the film we see J.J. with a large nose bandage on his face after injuries from his inability to back down when gunning to solve the case. Now, if we compare it side by side with the sleuth skin, it becomes really easy to see where this skin draws its flair and inspiration. Couple that with the general outfits being near identical, both in clothing choice and color, we have a reasonable number of clues pointing us in the direction of Chinatown. Now, of course, there is every possibility that this skin could be referencing another famous detective, but given the evidence we've gathered, I think it's safe to say, by Jove, I think we've got a match. Number 6, Rex. Let me take you back. The year is 1993. The first Jurassic Park film is released. The world is treated to one of the most famous scenes in cinema.